I want to tell you about two people I know. Both of them were very good at their jobs. Both of them ended up leading a team, and both of them eventually walked away from that role. They felt relieved at the time when they did, but they still carry the scars of it. So if you manage people right now and you're finding it harder than you expected, then this one's for you. The first person I'll call Michael, not his real name. Michael's a scientist, genuinely talented, working on the leading edge of agricultural research for a large company, well paid, doing work he found meaningful, and he was promoted to leading his team. And on paper it made sense because he was the best in the room. But nobody ever taught Michael how to manage people. Not in his training, not in his postgraduate work, not anywhere. And his team, smart, critical thinkers, well educated, weren't impossible to lead. They just needed someone who knew how. Now, Michael didn't have that. And the gap between what he needed to do and what he knew how to do created a level of stress that started bleeding into everything. He couldn't do the science that he loved because the people challenges were taking up the space where his thinking used to live. In the end, he stepped back, left the leadership role, returned to his technical work that he was good at. And there was relief in that, real relief. Nobody disputed that. But when I talk to Michael now, there's something else there too. It's a quiet regret, a sense that he might have been able to do it, to lead well, to stay in that role, if someone had taught him just what he needed to know, particularly about managing those tense moments with people. The second person, I'll call her Amelia. She had a medical background, working in an innovation area of medicine where her instinct for research and development could really flourish. And she had some natural leadership about her. She wasn't starting from zero, but the skills to actually manage a team, to handle the people challenges that came with the role, those she didn't have. And the stress accumulated. Eventually, she resigned the position, needed time completely away just to kind of recover from what it cost her. And when she came back, not to leadership, but to the technical work, she got a significant drop in salary. And now she's being managed by somebody whom, she tells me, also struggles with the people side of things. So two different people, two different fields, but the same outcome. They both stepped back and they felt relief at not having to carry that weight anymore, but they also carry the scar of it. The burnout didn't just disappear when the role did. It's left its mark. A wariness about ever going back near that kind of responsibility, as if the experience itself proved something about them that isn't actually true. And here's what I want to say about that. Neither Michael nor Amelia failed because they weren't capable of leading. They struggled because nobody ever taught them the specific skills that leadership actually requires. Not the technical skills, not the strategic skills, but the human skills. How to manage people who are difficult. How to hold a line without damaging a relationship. How to carry the responsibility of a team without absorbing everything that comes with it. That's not a personality trait. It's a capability. And capabilities, they're learnable. The cost for both of them was real. The salary drop, the career step back, the relief, yes, that's real too. I'm not dismissing it. But the relief came at a very high price, a price that didn't have to be paid. And I think about people watching this right now who are in the position that they were in. It could be you. Before the decision point, still in the role, still carrying the load, still going home more tired than the work warrants. And what would the cost be for you if it went the way it went for them? I want to be direct about this, and what I see is costing managers I work with because I think it's worth naming. There's an energy cost. When you don't have the skills to manage the difficult person, you manage around them instead. You pick up their slack. You compensate for what they are not doing. And you carry the emotional load of a team that's operating without clear lines and boundaries. And that accumulates in your body in a way that doesn't fully clear over the weekends. And then there's the responsibility cost. The caring manager, and this is one of the hardest to see, often takes on more than their share of responsibility for how the team functions, for how people feel, for whether things are okay. That's not your whole job, but without the skills to draw the line, it becomes your whole job by default. And there's the culture cost, because The standard you hold or don't hold becomes the standard that the team operates to. Every week that you absorb what should be named, the team learns that it's how it works here. And then you find yourself frustrated with a culture you've inadvertently helped to create. And none of this is because you don't care. It's often because you care too much without the tools to channel that care in a way that actually works. So I'm putting together a live session that's going to go directly at this. The specific challenges that caring managers face when they don't have the skills to match their instincts. What to do when you're absorbing too much. How to hold a line with someone you genuinely like and want to support. The conversations that keep not happening. And what it costs everyone when they don't. I'll share the details very soon, but before I do, I want to hear from you. Because Michael and Amelia are two people. And the managers watching this are dealing with their own versions of this challenge in their team, in their own industry, in their own situations. So tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you'd most want a session like this to cover? What's the challenge that you keep circling back to without quite knowing how to handle it? I'm going to read them. They'll help me make sure that what I put into that live webinar is actually useful, not just theory, but from the real situations that you're in. I'm John Fazandia. I look forward to hearing from you, and thanks for watching.